Calcutta is a place where everything is full of life. The streets, the smiles, the chaos, all that you find in this city has all the contrasts, and that pumps life into it. Whether they are markets of food, markets of flowers, markets of sex, or markets of humanity. These all are actually the markets of life. In these markets, whether I'm a buyer or a seller, in the giving end or the receiving end, no one is less than me and no one is more than me. We all are the same in the level of ourself. This will buy here. The huge fish market near Shialda station has the most beloved Bengali food, Mach Bhat. That is fish and rice. Calcutta and Mach Bhat is synonymous to the spaghetti and pasta of the west and the noodles of the east of the city. This chaos is actually the enthusiasm amongst the buyers and the sellers, created by their loud noise and shouting. Our objective of seeing these markets is not to see what they sell and how many varieties and how much it costs. But, like the Little Prince in the book written by Antoine de Saint-Exupéry, will not care about the figures, the grammars, and the materialistic sides of these markets. He would rather buy these feelings, which are shown through these markets of life in Calcutta. We will buy life. Of course, not free of cost. What we pay for it is not money, but the hard work of seeing it deeply and not thinking anything whatsoever. And we'll just feel over and over again, only if we care to get the best bargain. Unlike our high-tech supermarkets, these markets are more real. You observe all emotions here. The shopkeeper says that's not a big deal. During work, these clashes can happen. And neither of us take it seriously. So we soon forget and laugh together.
ব্যবসার গুডউইল বাড়ে, ব্যবসার উন্নতি হয়, সম্পর্কটা ভালো থাকে। খদ্দেরের সঙ্গে দোকানদারের যদি সুসম্পর্ক থাকে, 5টা খদ্দের আমার 5টা জায়গায় 10টা খদ্দের বাড়বে, আমার মাছের রেট ভালো পাবো।
I have to get the best price selling my fish and a better business prospect for the future. He confirms that only by a beautiful relation with my customers I can achieve that.
ভেটকি, পাশে, চিংড়ি, ইলিশ, পমফ্রেট, যেটা আমার চোখে যেটা ভালো লাগে সেটাই কিনি।
In life, whether I am inside the market or outside it, and marketing by manipulating the things to happen my way as a giver or a receiver. If my objective is clear and my moral values are on the right track, then after every deal is made, the joy of purity inside me reflects a big smile on my body. What I show on my face is what I see on the face in front of me. Napur Babu Bazaar, also near Shialda station. This place definitely pampers our faith on these humble vegetables, which are sold here in all colors, varieties and quantities. The dull color in contrast to the bright colors here. It's so important to have colors in our lives. These sellers put red light on top to make these onions look colorful outside. And we travel and volunteer and also help those not related to us to make us colorful inside.
আমার নাম রবি, আমি শসা বিক্রি করি।
Our friend wants to buy cucumber, but in the price she says, obviously the seller won't agree. But he has to sell and she has to buy. So they have to come on a common ground by whatever means, bargaining, requesting, taking help of other people around, showing anger, disgust, patience, everything.
ওইটাই তো ভালোবাসি, লাভ করলেও ভাবে বিক্রি করা যাবে না তো, সবাইকে ভালো লাভ আসলে বিক্রি করা যাবে না।
The deal is made. It had to be. There's always a solution. That's why our world still exists. And it will exist till we are sure about this common ground. Oh, what a chance. A little fun, sharing some jokes, passing a smile and having a good time are always a part of these markets. The more it looks chaotic and unorganized in these markets, the more it has life in it.
নিজে বড় হলে যাবো কেন, তাকে বড় করে দেওয়া তো আমি বড় হবো, এটাই তো নিয়ম।
And the more everything is in order and looks beautiful and sterile, the less it has life in it. Because a big freedom outside mostly leads to a big chaos inside. So my most valuable treasure is the freedom inside me. A little molestation forms a part of these crowded markets. She knows her wisdom is not to make a show of it and face the consequences later. She rather lets the poor frustrated man something. This is the backbone of these markets. The extreme hard work of everyone here. Huge quantities of vegetables of enormous weights pass through these markets at all times. No machines, all by human efforts only. Thus, turning these markets into high energy zones where you can't escape a strong feeling.
সবাইকে সমান ভেবে তাকে বুঝিয়ে নেওয়া দেওয়া করতে হবে, তবে সে খরিদ্দার আমার থেকে মাল নেবে। সৎ ব্যবহার করতে হবে, অসৎ ব্যবহার করলে হবে, মারপিট করলে হবে। তাকে বোঝাতে হবে ভাই আমার দেওয়ার পড়তা নেই, বাজারেই আছে, জাদা খরিদ্দার বেশি দামে কিনা আছে, দেওয়ার পড়তা নেই, বোঝাতে হবে, তবে দিতে হবে।
খরিদ্দার আপনার সঙ্গে কিরকম ব্যবহার করে?
ব্যবহার ভালো করলে সে ভালো ব্যবহার করবে, আর আমি খারাপ ব্যবহার করলে সে দাম চলে যাবে, অন্য জায়গায় চলে যাবে।
10 টাকা দাও না, 5 টাকা দাও, 10 টাকা, 170 টাকা। ঠিক আছে।
The backbone, the hard work. 5 men and the uniform steps with full coordination amongst themselves, carrying an elephant on their head. If by chance one of them makes a mistake, each one can be invalid for life. We have to take great risks to get something really special in life. In this case, it is their livelihood. क्या दाम चलेगा, दाम कमाएगा? अच्छा, क्या दाम नमाएगा, दाम निकलेगा?
दाम चलेगा, दाम बहुत दाम चलेगा, अब दाम नमाएगा बाजार में।
বাংলায় বলুন, বাংলায় বলুন।
বাংলায়
হ্যাঁ, আপনি বলুন, আপনি
বাজারে
বলুন।
বাজার পজিশন তো খারাপ আছে, ওজন তাড়াতাড়ি
আপনি বলুন না। দিদি, দিদি আপনি বলতে থাকুন।
আমি বলছি এখানে আমি দালালি করি।
She is successful in the men's world because of her femininity. Though she is no less than a sack of hot red chilies.
সবাইকে সমান ভাবে দেখি,
কেন?
আমি যেন সবাইকে সমান দেখি।
সমান দেখি কি হয়, কি লাভ?
আচ্ছা, আমি এক বন্ধু, আমি বাজারটা সব বন্ধ করে দিয়েছি। আমি যেরকম নিজে গরিব আছে সবাইকে গরিবের মতো আমি দেখি, ভালোবাসি। এখানে রোজ আসা যাওয়া করি, মিলামিশা করি, এখানে ইনকাম করি, ব্যবসা করি।
আচ্ছা, আপনার কি লাভ হয়?
লাভ আছে, সংসার চলছে, আমি নকরি করছি, আমার
না, সবার সঙ্গে ভালো ব্যবহার করে এইসব করে আপনার কি লাভ হয়?
মিলামিশা করলে শরীর মন ভালো থাকছে, সংসার চলছে, সবাইকার সঙ্গে বন্ধুত্ব করছি, এটা কি খারাপ
আর
আছে?
সবাই খুশি আছে?
হ্যাঁ, জরুর খুশি আছে, আমাকে বহুত প্যার করছে সবাই, আমি সবাইকে ভালোবাসছি, এটা খারাপ না। ভালোবাসা খারাপ আছে তবে ভালো কথা।
আপনার তুলছে, আপনার নাম কি, নাম তো বলুন।
আমার নাম আছে রমা দাস।
রমা দাস।
সতের স্বর্গবাস, সৎ হলে তার স্বর্গ আছে, অসতের নরকে বাস। যত কিছু করবি না কেন কিছু হবে না। বুঝতে পেরেছেন কি বলি? ধন সম্পদ সব এখানে থাকবে, কিছু নিয়ে যাবে না। সতের স্বর্গবাস, সৎটা নিয়ে যাবে, অসৎ কিছু যাবে না। অসৎ নরকে চলে যাবে, কিছু থাকবে না। এই বিল্ডিং বালাখানা কোটিপতি সব পড়ে থাকবে। খালি হাতে এসেছো, খালি হাতে চলে যেতে হবে।
গোলাপ 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 চটি কি দাম বলো দেখো আমাদের
I think the biggest difference is supermarkets are completely impersonal. No relation with anybody. Yes, you take your plastic things with you, you put in a plastic bag and you carry to a plastic lady most of the times that doesn't even say hello. And she just passes the whole thing and she says, you owe me that much. Market, you meet the people, you know their faces, you argue with them, they try to cheat you, you don't let yourself be cheated. I don't know, but you make a personal relation. They make with a lot of different fruit, all different colors, all shiny, they really look as they were polishing the apples, green apples here, red apples here, yellow apples here. So you pass by and you feel like buying because they look so beautiful that they must be delicious, After you taste it and it's tasteless. It doesn't matter if you're eating a green apple or an oranges. It's just tasteless. It doesn't matter. It's like plastic. Here, an apple is always an apple, even if you have to put it into bleach because it can be very dirty, but it tastes like an apple,
The gateway of Calcutta for the foreign volunteers and tourists, Sada Street, near the Oberoi Grand. This is the place recommended in the Bible for tourists, called the Lonely Planet, and to the volunteers by the Sisters of Missionary of Charity. This place, like the previous markets, is a high energy zone. Here, the tourists, who seem to be very rich and having everything, turns out to be a poor man, having nothing except superficiality or a fight against it. The beggars and the various dealers who look poor and helpless are very rich in making a big fool out of these tourists. And the volunteers, unless they look deep inside to feel the realities of life, perform their acts as saviors in the market of humanity, who couldn't save themselves and thus go deeper into their poverty within.
Thomas, Australia.
Are you a traveler? Are you a tourist here or a volunteer?
I'm a priest. Send message, save the world.
Okay. What's your motivation of coming to Calcutta?
I love India. Bharat, great country. India.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Calcutta.
Is this recording? Is this going?
Yeah, it's recording.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Why means what is your motivation of coming to Calcutta for traveling
Love.
as a tourist?
Love. I want to find love.
And our station, we give the people wound dressing and some food. If somebody is very sick, we take them to the centers, Kalighat or Premdan. And in the afternoon, I was trying to teach the kids English and math, and it was really fun.
Actually, I've wanted to come to Calcutta, to all of India, but specifically to Calcutta since I was about 14 or 15. I've always understood that it was one of the cultural centers of definitely India and maybe the world. I've always just heard amazing things about it.
Hello, have you looked my beautiful postcards? Come on. এদিকে ভলান্টিয়ার এসে তাহলে যে অল্প লোকে ব্যবহার করে যায় খুব ভালো ইনকাম হয় তাহলে যত ইনকাম হয় ওর থেকে বেশি হানি আছে শুদ্ধ ইনকাম নেই যদি এই দিকে যত ভিখারি আছে সব কাজ করে তো যায়নি তাহলে ওদের টাকা দেয় ফ্রি যা মানুষ গরিব আছে তত ঠিক আছে ভিখারি তাহলে যে হয় যে यंग বডি আছে তাহলে তো উচিত নাই তাহলে ये ফরেনারে এসে হেল্প করে তাকে যে এইটা তো আমরা সমাজে খারাপ দশা করে দেয় একটাও টুরিস্ট বলে না কে যে হ্যাঁ তুমি যাও কাজ করে, তাহলে টাকা দিয়ে দেয়, হোটেলে নিয়ে খাওয়া দাওয়া দিয়ে দেয়, তাহলে যে হ্যাঁ ওটা কি যাকে মিলবে টাকা ও যাবে কাজ করে, না পড়তে যায় না কাজ করতে যায়। All this street, some poor people and all the younger body, all walk dog type, help and free charge money. ওকে পাবে।
I feel after a successful day's marketing very, very satisfied. But after a month's stay in Calcutta, in Sutter Street, I felt I had been ripped off. It is a cheap, flimsy plastic fake of real Calcutta. But perhaps that's what its customers are after.
I think there was a time like that. I traveled a lot, but I think now I feel more, instead of searching from the outside the things I need, I search them inside of me. And so I don't think I have any money inside or any beautiful places. So, but it's more difficult to find things inside. That's one of the reasons I came here in Calcutta to work.
My motive was to give, but it's not quite how it worked out. Well, I think in the end, I've decided to live here for a few years and take a lot back from the city, because I think in doing this work I receive more than what I give.
It is a commandment of life that when we go to give, then we get, and we can get anything only when we give, without the arrogance of I have more and you down there, or the timidity of I have less and they are privileged. The truth of market is the truth of life, and that is we all are equal. I do for somebody and somebody does for me. Simple.
In America, most people are looking for, the next fancy CD player or a car they can buy, and I don't know, I come to see how other people live, to see how other people are satisfied in the world.
When I attend to a poor person, he's got a need and I have a need. He needs his wound dressed. I need to find something to do with my life that I like doing. And so at the end of the day, we come out equal. He's helped me, I've helped him.
I think that you cannot say I am in the bigger position and he's in the lower position. I think, yeah, if you see it in an equal way, you receive something, not material.
Don't you know, don't you see, don't you feel this, that life is a great marketplace, and what all you share here makes us a worthy human being. Hey, you man, don't you know, don't you see, don't you feel this, that life is a great marketplace, and what are